Oh yeah, for sure. Probably just what I would have done different. I probably just probably taught them off camera. That's probably what I would have done different.
Yeah, we resolved that. We're not gonna speak on that.
If you guys were cool with each other then.
I would hope so.
You can't let frustration, build up and cause a lot of negativity. So the only way you can handle your frustration by just just trusting the process and just keep doing what you've been doing each and every week. Me and Shedeur good, everything good, and we great real good.
Breaking news out of Cleveland. Jeudy has stepped forward to set the record straight. Following the heated on-field moment that caught everyone's attention, he's owned his mistake and revealed he had a private conversation with Shedeur Sanders away from the cameras to clear the air. Jeudy admitted his outburst stemmed from frustration that had been building inside him. He acknowledged that sometimes when that frustration accumulates, it can cause you to lose control in the moment. Taking full accountability, Jerry confessed he allowed the negativity to take over and is committed to being better moving forward. In his statement, he stressed the critical importance of staying composed, trusting the process, and consistently putting in the work week after week. He's learned a valuable lesson, one that will fuel his growth and help him emerge from this situation stronger than ever before. Let's be crystal clear about what happened on that sideline. The CBS cameras caught it all. Every heated word, every animated gesture, every moment of dysfunction between a quarterback and his number one receiver option. Now, days later, both players have finally broken their silence. And what Jeudy had to say might be even more revealing than the blow-up itself.
It's emotional sport. Things like that happen in football.
This wasn't just passionate football intensity. This wasn't two competitors having a minor disagreement about a route concept. This was a full-scale eruption that exposed every crack in Cleveland's foundation this season. The play in question? A pass from Shedeur Sanders that sailed over Jeudy's head. A potential walk-in touchdown turned into another missed opportunity in a season full of them. And Jeudy, already simmering with frustration from a year that's gone completely sideways, finally boiled over.
It was about a play.
This one? This one?
Yeah.
But was it really just about one play? Or was this the culmination of weeks of mounting tension, missed connections, and a relationship between quarterback and receiver that hasn't developed the way anyone hoped it would? Shedeur Sanders handled his media availability with surgical precision. When asked about the incident, he shut it down immediately. No elaboration, no drama, no fuel for the fire. He said they resolved it and moved on. End of story. That's veteran-level media management from a rookie quarterback who supposedly can't handle the spotlight. Jeudy took a different approach, much different. When the Cleveland media came calling, Jeudy didn't just address the situation. He went on a full-scale rant about the media itself, about negativity, about what happens in the locker room versus what plays out on social media. He gave them everything they wanted and more.
Stuff like that happens. Y'all gonna make it bigger than what it is. Because the media, that's what y'all feed off of, negativity. But it is what it is. This is the life we live. So.
And there it is. The defensive posture of a player who knows he messed up but can't quite bring himself to fully own it without adding context, without explaining, without making sure everyone understands his frustration is justified. But here's where it gets interesting, because buried in Jeudy's defensive word salad was something that sounded a lot like an apology, or at least the closest thing we're going to get to one.
Of course, I'm gonna speak my mind and tell me what and say what I need, what I see out there. But it is what it is. Football, man. Just me and Shedeur good.
Translation: I'm not sorry for speaking up, but I probably shouldn't have done it on camera where the whole world could see. I'm not sorry for being frustrated, but maybe I could have handled it better. I'm not apologizing for my emotions, but I am acknowledging that this got out of hand. That's as close to begging for forgiveness as you're going to get from a professional athlete in a public setting. The real question isn't whether Jeudy and Sanders have moved past this moment. The real question is whether they can build the trust necessary to be an effective quarterback-receiver duo in the NFL. And right now, the answer looks shaky at best.
How do you build a quarterback's trust? Shedeur's talking a lot about trust.
Repetition.
One word. That's all Jeudy gave when asked about building trust with his quarterback. Repetition. Which is exactly what this Cleveland offense hasn't had all season long. Think about it. Joe Flacco started the season, then Dillon Gabriel got his shot, now Shedeur Sanders is leading the offense. 3 different quarterbacks in one season, 3 different timing systems, 3 different decision-making processes, 3 different ways of reading defenses and delivering the football. How is Jerry Jeudy supposed to build chemistry and trust when the guy throwing him the ball keeps changing? How is he supposed to develop that sixth sense that great receiver-quarterback duos have when the fundamental elements keep shifting? Shedeur Sanders spoke about this exact issue in his own press conference. He talked about trust taking time, about needing reps and battles together to build that connection, about how it's like backing out of a parking spot with someone directing you that you just met. You're not going to fully trust their directions right away, even if they're giving you the right information.
I say day by day, live action by live action. You know, I see my faults and I see, what I do good and what I need to work on. So
it's a brilliant analogy, and it perfectly captures the impossible situation both players find themselves in. But here's what makes Jerry Jeudy's frustration so complicated, because it's not just about Shedeur Sanders. It's not even primarily about Shedeur Sanders.
It's very frustrating, but you only can control what you can control and do what you need to do. That's it.
Jeudy's frustration started long before Shedeur became the starter. It started with dropped passes when Joe Flacco was under center, passes that turned into interceptions, opportunities squandered. It continued with Dillon Gabriel, who couldn't consistently get him the ball in space, who threw at his feet, who overthrew him on potential big plays. Jerry Jeudy came to Cleveland with something to prove. Steve Smith Sr. called him a jag during his Denver days, just another guy. That label has haunted Jeudy ever since. He wanted to show he could be a #1 receiver. He wanted to silence the doubters. He wanted to prove he was worth the investment. Instead, he's having arguably the worst season of his career. The production isn't there, the splash plays aren't happening, and now he's the guy blowing up on his rookie quarterback on national television. That's not the redemption arc anyone envisioned. What makes this situation even more volatile is the youth factor. Shedeur Sanders is a rookie, still learning how to process NFL defenses at full speed. He's talked openly about needing to trust his eyes more, about seeing things develop and pulling the trigger with confidence rather than hope. Those are growing pains. Every young quarterback goes through them. But Jerry Jeudy doesn't have time for growing pains. He's 27 years old. He's in his 5th NFL season. His contract situation looms. His reputation is on the line. Every week that passes without production is another week closer to being labeled exactly what Steve Smith Sr. said he was. So when Shedeur overthrows him on what looks like a sure touchdown, that's not just a missed play. That's another missed opportunity in a season full of them. That's another data point suggesting maybe, just maybe, Steve Smith was right all along. The pressure cooker exploded, and CBS was there to capture every second of it. Now both players are trying to move forward. Shedeur with his mature, measured responses, Jeudy with his defensive, explanatory approach that somehow makes things feel less resolved even as he insists everything is fine.
Shedeur good, everything good, we great, real good.
But are they? Are they really great? Or are they 2 talented players trapped in a dysfunctional situation trying to convince themselves and everyone else that they can make this work? The Browns have 5 games left. 5 opportunities for Jeudy and Sanders to build that chemistry, build that trust, and show they can be an effective combination in the NFL. 5 chances to prove that the sideline blow-up was just a momentary lapse, not a symptom of a deeper problem. The question is whether that's even possible at this point, whether the foundation of trust has been too damaged by frustration, by missed opportunities, by public blow-ups caught on camera for the whole world to dissect. Jerry Jeudy wishes he'd handled it off camera. That's what he said, that he would have spoken his mind either way, but maybe done it where the cameras couldn't catch every word, every gesture, every moment of dysfunction. But that's not how it played out. The cameras were rolling, the world was watching, and now both players have to live with the consequences and somehow find a way to make this work. Because here's the brutal truth that neither player wants to acknowledge publicly. They need each other. Shedeur needs a reliable target who can win one-on-one matchups and make plays. Jeudy needs a quarterback who can get him the ball in positions to succeed and help him rebuild his reputation. Their fates are intertwined whether they like it or not. And right now, their relationship looks about as stable as a house of cards in a windstorm. The Browns face the Tennessee Titans this week. Another opportunity, another chance to show they can overcome the dysfunction and put winning football on the field. Another test of whether Jeudy and Sanders can coexist productively, or whether this sideline blow-up was just the beginning of a much bigger problem. 5 games left, 5 chances to get it right, 5 opportunities to prove that sometimes the greatest partnerships are forged through adversity, not in spite of it. Or 5 more weeks of watching a talented receiver and a promising rookie quarterback try to build chemistry while the season slips away and the frustration continues to mount. Welcome to the Cleveland Browns, where even when players say they're good, you can't help but wonder if anything is actually good at all.